Hey there, my friend. Let's go deeper with a question and have a self-connection, shall we? Here it is. Are you addicted to your phone and maybe don't know it? Let me explain. You see, I try to get to the gym at least 3 times a week, and every time I'm there, I notice something happening without fail. And that is me getting huge. Kidding, obviously. You see, what I see every single time I work out is that about 99% of the people at the gym feel this need to check their phone in between sets. Okay, so they do 10 curls, they put the weights down, and they check their phone for a couple of minutes. Then they do 10 more curls, and then they check their phone for a couple of minutes, and so on. And it doesn't really matter what time of day I'm there, it's always the same thing. You see, no matter where you look in between sets, people automatically go to their phone while myself and, one dude in his 80s look on in disbelief. Okay, so this got me thinking about why people are checking their phone, and I came up with 4 possible reasons. The first is maybe because they just remembered some important information that they had to send to a coworker or a friend or a family member, which of course is totally fair, and that's why they're doing it. And in between each set, they then remember some more important information that they forgot to send to somebody, which of course eventually, after you see this long enough, makes a person think that that person might need to see a doctor to maybe have their memory checked. Now, the second reason might be because they are waiting on some important information to come through from work or from a friend or from a family member. Which, to be honest, gets me thinking that if they are, waiting on something that's so important that they have to check their phone about 15 times over the course of an hour, maybe this is not a good time to be at the gym in the first place. I don't know. Anyway, the third reason that I was thinking is because this is that one time in the day that they get to themselves, where they get to turn their brain off and just check out. Now, if that's the case, though, I'd think that if this is the only time that you get to check out is in between sets at the gym, it might be time to revisit the amount that this person is putting on their plate each day. I mean, you need some more time to yourself. Now, the final reason I thought these people could be checking their phone is because they are maybe addicted to it. Let's really just think about that for a second. And the second that they find themselves in a moment where they have nothing to do, they actually can't help but look at their phone. The same way a person does when they order a coffee at a cafe and they check their phone while the person is making the coffee for them. They've got 1 minute, that's what they do. Or the same way a person immediately checks their phone when the person that they're having dinner with gets up to go to the washroom, right? Or the second a person checks their phone when a plane lands or is in an elevator or is on the bus or while walking down the street. You see, look, we have to be honest with ourselves. Studies show that 60% of college students and 57% of adults consider themselves addicted to their phones. So that means for a lot of those people in the gym or at the cafe or in the restaurant or on the bus, it has nothing to do with making sure important information is going out or checking on information that's coming in, right? Or it has nothing to do with just checking out, but it has everything to do with a compulsive dependence on a behavior despite the negative consequences, which is the definition of addiction. You see, throughout history, no matter what the addiction was, only a small percentage of society was ever involved. You see, only a small percentage of people have been, or are addicted to drugs or alcohol or food or shopping, etc. And traditionally, the easiest way to feel like you're not addicted to those things is to surround yourself with others who are equally addicted. Right? You're around your people, you don't have to feel so bad. And to eventually, though, if you wanted to overcome that addiction, the starting point was to admit that you were part of a small group of everyday people who were acting in a way that was different than most of society. But today, a huge percentage of society is in fact addicted to the same thing. And for that reason, the addicts don't need to find their people because they are constantly surrounded by their people. And for that reason, most addicts don't see themselves as addicts. And personally, I think that this is like the big secret that no one wants to admit. Even though the effects of this addiction, that's happening to us, such as depression, anxiety, suicide, disease, and more, are going through the roof. You see, we all just want to pretend that it's not happening. But it is happening. I mean, it's really happening, and what you choose to do about it just might save your life.